Okay, now that the stage is set, it is about time to bring out our first team. Our next team is the 2024 MWI champ, the fighting pride of the Philippines, Pinas Long Malakas. Make some noise for Navi! 2 years ago, Navi shocked the world. They did not ask for respect. They did not ask for glory. They snatched it. And now destiny has brought them back for this very moment. For Navi, for the Philippines, and for themselves. It is time to make history once again. Will they be able to topple Mount Olympus like they did in 2024? There is only one way to find out. 2024 champions, the tenacity, the grit, the dedication, the blood, sweat, and tears that it took to get to that point, and now they are here to show that nothing was a fluke. Back in grand finals for the second time, and you can hear the Vitality crowd making a lot of noise, but in the end of the day, the game is played on the phones.
Guys, vous êtes prêts? Un peu plus fort, vous êtes prêts? It is time for Vitality! The absolute queens of MLBB, the running champs, the 2025 champs, and of course still undefeated today as they won 2-0 against MIBR, 2-0 against Genji, 2-1 against Falcon, and now 3-1 against Keltec. One more step left for them to do the repeat, the back-to-back, and take the title twice. This is a battle to be the double champion, and a battle to make sure they claim who will be the best, the absolute queens of MLBB, as we know that the supporters are always the loudest in the house. I have no idea if you guys can hear me, but you know what we have to do, parce que c'est l'heure de le faire en français aussi. Les Vitality, ce sont les reines de ce jeu. Mobile Legends, elles l'ont dominé pendant des années. C'est les 5 joueuses à descendre sur ce circuit. Et pour l'instant, elles sont restées invincibles. Et pour l'instant, elles ont été absolument intouchables. Nos 5 reines qui arrivent sur la scène et qui vont chercher encore une fois le back-to-back, les champions en titre, Vitality!
Both teams have been champions before. Both teams want to be champion again. For Vitality, it's about protecting what is theirs. For Navi, it's about regaining what they lost.
At this point, it's kind of like ignoring the Patrick. Vival's just going to have to go in for the red tree, 50-50 against Keishi. Ayanami doing a good job. Zoning for me, Echo away from this fight. That's going to be dropped down by Reynes. That's going to be Cine walking up with the Glooms as well. Vivian and the rest of the team coming down as Keishi wins out the red tree battle, and now it's a big fight happening. It's looking good. Heavy spin's even better, and now they want to get to the back when they've already fought first blood. Vivian! That's the first blood raid coming around. That's a slam 7 to pass off to Cine, who's going to get caught with no black shoes. Ayanami gets the double. Vivo's next in the chopping block, and it's a big triple for Ayanami.
And so far, Navi more than happy with the way that they want to play their comp. They want to chase down their targets, get their resources out.
It will be Vitality who will look to go for the second turtle, and now it's about that pin down, right? Can you pin Keishi out? The thing is, with the Throne of Ruin, you get that CC immunity to get past the heavy spin.
Oh, wait, hold on first. They got to deal with Ayanami, who's already been chucked down to 50%. Forced to use the ult early here. Now the contest is going to be hard.
They have to go for the fight with the timer on Valkyrie Descent already. Vivop in the back line is going to pure red tree. Keishi wins it out again, despite the Wrath of the Dryad already used up the Throne of Ruin. Got her into safety. Kumi Echo able to escape. Slam 7 to pass as she goes to the mount on Vivo, and now Vivian is caught in the midst of it all with the Revitalize.
Oh, they're trying to hold it down. They could look to wait for the final slash. They have it, and now they get it onto Keishi.
Final slash with Vengeance now. Ayanami going in straight under turret, picking up the mega kill. Not enough damage for Vitality as Mirai goes in for the dive. Under turret, taking a lot of those shots and still able to get away with the pass. Meanwhile, up top is Shell going for the dive on Rian, but she gets away in time as in the bottom lane. Keishi continues the chase, cuts the wave so that they can go for tier 1 in the bottom lane.
At this point, Navi had really good ideas. Even initiating a potential dive on that bottom side could have net them even more. But for now, let's call it quits. It's still a solid 2.3k. But with that Purify, it can be a little difficult, right? If played well and timed well, can get rid of the stacks and more importantly, the mark so that Fumi can't just dash around for free.
Vivian is gonna try to go for the rapid dry now, pops it in, but again it's Keishi with the CC immunity. Vivian caught everywhere, all alone. Vivil's trying to peel to the back of the lines, but Vivian's just gonna get shredded down by not Ayanami as the rest of the team will funnel into mid.
Oh, now Vitality, once again, they just move their way. They tried to pinch them on with Mirai as well, but Vitality made the right call.
Even Vivil's struggling right now against this glue. Mirai's gonna try to go for the take. Luckily for Vival, she's still able to secure it for herself, but look at the top lane falling as well. Now the structural advantage on top of the turtles.
Oh no.
Shell's just tickling Keishi, especially when she gets into these minion wave. Throwing a Ruin used, trying to bait them into a long fight for the cut for the rest of the team from Navi. Mirai's gonna go in with a dash now. Cyclone Eye, Vivian with the Rapid Dryad onto the back already as Mirai cannot go for the mount, but she actually does under turret. That's a big mistake as Chell's able to flicker out the safety and Mirai's gonna go down. Now we're Cindy with the Black Shoes, caught in the RWM and now the Blazing Duet.
It's all good! The backline's under attack with no RWM. They're now attacking the mid-tier 2. Fumi and the back off to Rian!
That's Fumi with the flank. Cindy able to survive, now very low. Gonna get caught in the Void Blast as Fumi Echo looks to go for the Vengeance. Is able to go for the resets right now as Keishi tanks up a Storm under turret. It's Fumi Echo targeted down by Ayanami and Fumi will fall. Ayanami's godlike in this game.
Shell, don't get too close here, and especially with so many people in front. Beleric is also trying to get into this fight as well to try and clear up these waves, and finally Navi get to walk away from this fight. 20 more seconds until the first Lord spawn, but that is one hefty lead. I think Vitality can't afford to make any more mistakes at this point onwards, right? Everything is going to be permanent from this point onwards.
The thing is, they can try not to make mistakes, but Navi are going to constantly force those mistakes upon Vitality by going into the sideline, by pushing it in, and also just taking this Lord as bait for Vitality to walk out of their base. Because if you look at Vitality's composition right now, they have good clear, but that's about it. Rian finally completing that 3-item power spike, the Swift Trinity. 11 minutes in. It's all about the dive. Valkyrie descent coming down right now as Vivian's able to pop in rapid dry, and the CC immunity is already used up with a throw and a ruin. Now Vival tries to cut them back. Mirai's gonna be caught under turret. Cindy walks up as well, but Vival's gonna get cut down by Nada Ayanami, and now it's Rain in the midst of it all, taking the damage from Cindy with the Black Shoes as Keishi sticks onto her.
It's too good, and now, whoa, Keishi underneath, but manages to still get out. Fumi just needed to wait half a second there, but honestly, this is exactly what we wanted. We saw Mirai go for that flicker, we saw Keishi make the attempt, but they still have yet to break the mid-tier 1.
They're too tanky. Mirai is just tanking these turrets like it's nothing. Vitality were able to keep their base turrets from getting taken out, but that was only just the first Lord.
They just need to max out on their items. However, it will come at a huge investment as both sides contest for no man's land.
Again, Navi just doing a brilliant job forcing the errors on Vitality. Vival's going to try to go for the pin on Mirai, and it will work out. They will get Mirai, but now it's the Lord already taken for Navi at the cost of just their roamer.
They don't mind this. Whoa, dangerous stuff from Rian. Able to respond in time with the BMI, but for now, with his 3 and 10 score, Vitality, trying to defend, and Rian making a play.
Oh God, right in the RWM, the Blazing Duet. Now it's the kite back for Vitality as Keishi pops in that skill 1, had already used it, throwing a ruin. Double 0 and 9, setting up perfectly for the rest of the damage dealers of Navi.
Can they convert this even more? Can they find that winning fight?
Yeah, Chell really wanted to clear this Lord before he got the charge, but it will be guaranteed in the end. Lord with the Trident charges into the bottom lane turret, giving Navi the far lane advantage for the next Lord. Now in the tier 2 in the mid lane, it's Rain and Rian. The double R's working big together. It's all about defense again for Vitality, but we know from Navi in the semifinals and the quarterfinals, after taking a loss,
but at least the Winds of Nature can protect you from not Ayanami and Rian, which we're very used to seeing jumping into that back line.
Mieko with final slash ready on Rian. Gets away with the vengeance. Now it's even thrown a ruin. It's Mirai's even flagging the back line. Finding for Mieko and Vivian. Now goes to the straight to everybody else, but Vivo is able to push her away. Now Rian with the Blazing Duel!
And they touch him! They got him! Keishi just needs to get back out of there. 37 more seconds until the Lord, and this was the perfect angle. Because this next contestant is going to be extremely difficult for Vitality. Navi has got him in a little bit of a chokehold as that bottom wave needs to be dealt with at all times, and Navi instantly rushing this down. The beauty of having a Freya on your side. Quick work of the Lord. And yet, here we are, Lord pressing in.
That's a big resource spent already, man. Navi were able to bait out the final slash. Now it's Mirai under turret, down below. It's the Lord already. Vitality trying to keep these base turrets alive for as long as they can. RWM with the throw to ruin! Coming down, but it's only going to land on 2, but that's going to be Vivo with a heavy spin, pinning them down, and that's a good taunt onto Keishi. But it's Rian with a killing spree!
It's not over just yet. They want to get that mid inhibitor first. The Lord does go down, and Vitality might have to respond here and now.
They want to go for the brute force onto the base turret. They take it down, but Mariah so low as Chell is going to go down. Very low one. Now with the Rose go mid here, Rian gets her down, and it's a killing spree terrain.
Revitalize is already through, and Vival trying their best, but the base is under attack.
Navi say objective. They stick onto the crystal. They lock it down, and they don't give Vitality a chance to come back. It's game 1 secured in this best of 7.
Vitality, where you at? You gotta step it up. You're down 1-0 in the series. I know it's early, but you can fall behind in the blink of an eye before you know it. For Navi, however, they're off to a stellar start, and they look poised and ready to potentially go up 2-0. However,
Rain and Keishi on the turtle already. Now as Vitality try to look for an entrance into this turtle pit.
And look at Mirai, ever vigilant, making sure that this Nolan has to go hard. Fumiko not at level 4 as they're about to begin this fight.
Great taunt right now as Keishi jumps in with the Pinnacle Ninja. It's going to be the all-in. Goes in, but the Echo's the one to take it as Vivo gets away. AOG already as Vivian is able to escape, but not Ayanami picks up first blood. So it's a turtle traded for a kill, and both XPs are the ones on the board. That's a good taunt right now onto Fumieko and immobilization as well that forces the Throne of Ruin.
It's already out now. Ooh, Zinni unfortunately does not connect with the Abyssal Arrow as they go back to neutral states.
Hold you down for a Wrath of the Dryad combo. You got major AoE skills here with a Flicker.
Yeah, let's keep an eye on this for now as both sides are looking to go. Flicker is about to come back up for Vival as they proxy that bottom side and even force out the Salmon Force.
Yeah, they just burst it straight out right now as Keishi jumps in onto Vival. That's going to be the AOG to follow it up, but Vival's going to be able to escape right now as Mirai is caught with no AOG and pops in Revitalize Vivian. Same predicament. It's both the roamers just falling here. Vival picks up the kill, and onto the side, I believe it was Rian.
This was an interesting sequence because both sides had two separate ideas. The arrow connects the Throne of Ruin.
That's what we're talking about. The Flicker as well. Not even like close to. Wait a second. Bottom lane. Chell's gonna go for the Blazing West straight up onto Rihanna. Vival's waiting in the bush right now. Rihanna actually reads it with a Synchro Fission. It's all about that fade and switch, but Vitality, they have a Selena together with a Nolan, which means they can blitz this turtle. It's a Selena with a Season Hunter, and that means 3 neutral objectives to Vitality, but only 2 to Vivo. And get a few of those kills in. That's going to be big coming into the 10th minute of the game.
Well, talking about big, they're about to crack open mid-tier 1, which is so good. So good for Vitality. Vivo not too worried about not Ayanami, who's they're waiting really just to be able to reposition. As the rest of the team looking outside, they're trying to make this gang happen, and Zinni in trouble.
Zaman Force already, Zinni with the Flicker out to the Unbreakable of Mirai. Zaman Force already baited out, but it's for the Flicker. Now it's Vitality waiting for Vival to get onto the purple buff first.
Don't have a naturally pushing wave here, and I think Vitality recognizes this too. Purple buff just obtained by Vival. I don't know if this is the position they want to fight in yet, but at the same time, they can't afford Navi to actually hold on to first position.
Not on the minions though. On a player, Rian.
She's selling it.
Might just fall into it. So in a room going to be used up, and now it's going to be the Fracture as well. Zaman Force comes in, but Vival pops her there. City going to fall as well. Keishi can be very low. Put the Echo with the Flicker in onto Keishi. Now it's Chell the Blazing Duet. The Wrath of the Dryad taunts Mirai. And now she's gonna get double taunted, not able to get the AOG in time.
They're dancing around now. Ayanami must peel, and Rain is telling them to stay back, demons. Go to the Lord where you belong, and Vitality is more than happy to oblige.
Impeccable macro from Vitality. They play up top, they push it in, they bait out these resources slowly but surely, and they build upon those small wins.
We gotta breathe, and even a Zaman Force coming out from Rian here. I don't know if Navi is losing composure, but you can also tell that Vitality, they're not slowing down with a 6k lead.
Oh god, good taunt there. I don't think they're gonna lose on composure just yet. They have a very good composition to bring it to the late game, but the Abyssal Arrow lands again, and the Wrath of the Giant is just barely missing out on the front line. Vivian with the Blazing Duet, escaping away. The Blazing Duet comes in from Chell, and they burst Rian down through the Zaman Force. Keishi with the jump. Vival able to escape right now, but Keishi chomps her down and gets a shot. It's Zinni running away as Keishi continues, but she ran out of time as Chell goes into mid, takes the base turret down, and it will be just one base turret with the First Lord.
Honestly, all things considered, half the time Vivian can just stand in your face and absorb that damage for free, and it feels like you're hurting yourself more than anything else.
We still got A composition to play in the late game. Maybe going to be caught now. Pops in the wrath of the try, finds everybody, but there's no throw in a ruin. The Alice is in the bottom lane, and it is a punish from Navi over on Vital.
Oh, damn. They got to be a little careful here. They can't just take the free shots coming in from Gel. That corrosive side will build up. Hey, let's not forget that even Navi had a sneaking suspicion of, hey, we don't see where this Nolan is.
Yeah.
Now we need to make sure we cover our backs.
Look at that burst.
My goodness.
It's all up to Keishi though.
Whoa.
Ninja. She hasn't entered the AOG as well. Vivil's gonna have to go for the steal right now. The 50-50 goes to Vivil. Blazing duet in the winning crown already as Mariah's already used the AOG, and now it's a throw in a Bruin, only locking down one. It's a blinking forward again as Vivil tries to stop from the side.
They're trying to chase them all the way through. Ayanami falling star move. Vivil gets right past them, and we're finally done with the chase. One singular wall keeps them separated.
Oh, the arrow lands on terrain. There's no one there right now, but his Amon Force has already been baited out as the Lord spawns in mid.
Vitality want to take advantage of the fact that Rian doesn't have that Salmon Force. They need to start pushing this wave right now. It's low. It has a low cooldown. It's going to come back in time. It looks like Vitality want this synchronized wave. Salmon Force already out.
Fantastic pull by Navi onto the Lord, into the bottom lane, but the Lord will already take down that base turret together with Vivil. Now as she goes on to Ayanami with a helmet shell, tearing through that health bar. It's the Abyssal Arrow again. That doesn't land. Vivil's already down. Throwing a ruin. Lands on two right now as Shell pounds and blazing went onto Ayanami, and she's going to get bursted out by Vivil. But the rest of the team now camping down onto City. Chell will be taken out by Keishi.
This is Rian's moment. She can turn this all around. They've cleared the wave. They've cleared the problems. And now they hold strong. A near clean wipeout as Mirai just made sure, you know what? At least we know for a fact that Fumieko, she's out of there.
It's the scaling that we were talking about from the start, Gideon, that is now really showing. Rian's doing ridiculous damage. Rain as well, and especially with the help of the Crystal. Oh, they're bursting through Fumieko!
They can do it.
Forcing the winner crown. Mariah's right there, but Fumieko has to burn the flick, which means she can't use it aggressively for the next 120 seconds.
Oh man, the Lord is going to spawn and Fumieko is still not going to have her flicker back up. Damai's repurchased here. It's really risky to open up the map, unfortunately, for Navi. They kind of have to wait for Vitality to make that first move, but if they don't probe, nothing happens anyways, and they lose free objectives.
Vitality still have the advantage though because of that base turret down below, right? It's going to be auto slow pushing, which means they can continuously just reset the Lord and play it slow. The mid wave as well is going to be crashing down, and they find the Abyssal Arrow on Mirai. Fumieko doing a good job zoning. Now Keishi pops in Pinnacle Ninjas. Fumieko's going to be caught, but has the blink away from the untargetable. But look at Vivol.
Already hiding back in the spot. I'm pretty sure they saw at least the dash, and yes, they check it open. Winter Ground's already used, and they go in further.
They split them up, and now Mirai with no AOG is going to be caught, but still, with the fracture! They deal with immortality. Fumieko, in the midst of it all right now, has the Throne of Ruin, pops in with a crown. Keishi has to go away, but Vivil's going to be going in for the chase. City! Finds an Abyssal Arrow, lands it on Rain. Vivil's right there to capitalize.
The base is exposed, and Ayanami cannot deal with this. They're going to have to leave Kenshi by himself. Start proxying that mid wave. Kenshi, can they do it?
Keishi's going to try to clear out these waves. There's just too many members on her. She gets the unstoppable, but she's returned to her body, and we are at 1-1 in this best of 7 grand finals.
You wanted to see one hell of a match. We gave you one hell of a match. Game 2 going over to Team Vitality, and this is what we wanted.
Tying the series up 1-1, and now we go into game 3. Who will once again take the lead? Will it be Vitality for the first time, or will Navi take it back for themselves?
That if you want to try to counter the Yves, you're going to have to go Claude, but that means the lane will be given over to Vitality as Fumieko tries to bait not Ayanami in. Vivian with a walk-up as well. Concussive Blast onto Ayanami, putting a lot of damage on her, but Fumieko's going to get caught. Mirai, great backup. Vivian escaping with the Shunpu, and it's Navi who strike first. And that's a big one for not Ayanami. Now Navi have proper setup to actually stun Vivol down for the first neutral objective as Keishi starts it, and the Dragon is up. Black Dragon Front going to be used up straight up into trying to zone Vivol out of this turtle pit. Vivol's trying to escape right now, but he's going to be caught by the damage again. Lethal counter in the rectory. Vivol still gets it despite it all, and the jungle falls as well. Now it's Mirai caught under the RWM as Vivian walks up, but now she's caught in the RWM. Immobilized in that zone. Fumieko with City dropping down bombs.
Again.
Oh, up top.
Whoa, Rian ends up dying for it. A solo kill for Kel.
Sokolil is just miscalculated by Vivo.
Yep, it's unlosable in a lot of scenarios, like the old Suyo, but still relevant. As Ayanami taking this full fire, Fumiko tries, Black Dragon form getting called here.
Vivo has the lethal counter. If she drops down just a bit, oh my god, she might be taken out from the skies. Gets away just in time, but she stays.
No.
Ayanami with a Petrified and Furious Dive. They're gonna go in onto Fumiko. The way the dragon comes around with a lethal counter. Shove it. Vivo picks up the kill up top. It's Cine. Caught in the 1v3. Can she escape? She flickers out to safety past the RWM. It's free. Maybe Rain can deal with it with a splash of damage. Vivo with the retreat. Vivian still trying to buy as much time as possible, just being an absolute nuisance, not able to get that trade in structures.
Finally, Vitality said, you know what, they're putting so much pressure on you, just take the mid wave. Cine is going to swap lanes with you and maintain that. Mirai should be, oh no.
Wait, the Dragon lethal counter, they're gonna try to feed it over. Mirai gets a massive taunt. Oh, it's a cancel of the Blazing Duet. Straight into the knockout striker from Mieko.
Can they get anything off of this? No, they call it off. And Vivian getting disrespectful. Ayanami's thinking about it. They know they don't have the way of the dragon, but the RWM is still in play.
I think it's a Sea Halberd.
Yeah, I think it's going to build into the Sea Halberd as well. There is an argument that maybe could lean into it later on and look for something else. I honestly kind of feel like Fumiko can even go for a Malefic Roar if she wanted to, but I think it's the smarter option is for the anti-heal. Even Keishi is having a little bit of troubles here as Cine now joining Vivian in this Roman expedition.
And, oh, Vivo. Into the bottom lane, they just burst her down even through the Petrify! And the Furious Dive, the lethal counter didn't even land. No, they try to go for compensation on Vivian. That's a Jeet Kundo. She runs out of the Wrath of the Dryad and baits out the RWM. Chell with the punish. Now they all punish. Chell, it's an all-in, but Fumiko's in the back line, and Vivo's just waiting in that tier 2. Vivian getting the way of the dragon on Keishi.
The awareness is just crazy from Vitality. That was a planned play from literally top all the way down to the bottom to corral the sheep right into the mid lane. They are capturing Navi right now. And I think that Navi, they got to be proactive. I think, unfortunately, the choice of ultimates here needs to be maybe not just the RW, maybe even arguably a way of the dragon if necessary.
And Chell flickered forward. That's how comfortable she was. Now they're going to go in for the dive in the bottom lane again. Rian hasn't had the best of games so far. Fumiko just waiting for the double dash. Knockout strike. Oh, lethal counter from Vivo. Now it's the retaliation. Now it's the punish. You did that to our goal later. Now you must pay. RWM, what a save from Cine.
This is ridiculous. Vitality.
What?
With the... Oh no, they canceled out the recalls, but at least nothing is punishable at this point. But Vitality, they're starting to mess. They've kind of downloaded a little bit of the tactics that Navi has. They're recognizing some bad habits and some... Well, even I have noticed a couple of pathways when they're on autopilot. We could potentially flank you, and Navi has no choice but to back up because bottom and mid tier 1s are non-existent.
Oh, that top wave is looking good right now. Maybe jumps from Jeet Kundo. Oh, a big miss, a big whip from Cine. And that's the punish from Ayanami straight onto Vivian. Fumiko with a jump, but she's only 1 against 4 right now. Mirai getting a massive taunt. And another big kill on the Paquito, this time on the hands of Keishi.
Okay. They end up losing 2 here, but is Navi going to force the scenario? Because again, that top wave is still pushing, so Vitality can hang around here for as long as they want. If they are able to tax the health enough, maybe they can get Navi off of this.
Whoa. Ayanami's gonna walk up again. Gets covered the lethal counter. A straight Kumar moment. She knew the Batman was there. Blazing went onto Cine and Vivo right now, but she's able to sustain for a bit. Chell goes into the back line, and Keishi won't be able to get the retry. It's Rian who steals it away and saves it for Navi. But Chell with the flicker in forward, trying to go for a bit more kills. Mirai doesn't have the Wrath of the Dryad. Vivo walks back up right now as the chase continues, and Vivian is trying to go for the Jeet Kundo, but she will save that flicker for later. And they have to make a decision whether to back off or to go for the fight. They go for the fight, but it's only 4v4 right now. Bounty in the bottom lane, they're gonna go for the commitment right now as Vivian jumps in. The Wrath of the Dryad is able to connect in the back line, but Vivian's gonna go for the chase on Keishi. Finds the way of the dragon!
They got the kick, lethal counter takes it, they got the Lord of Chell, deals Ayanami!
Who's here is Fumiko! Punishing with the help of the RBM. Look at Keishi running through the hills, but it is onto the bush, and Chell's gonna try to go for the read, and she cancels the recall! Keishi jumps in, but Chell has the win of nature. Fumiko will be sacrificed for it.
At least they got the RWM out of rain, and at this point with the Lord coming in, as long as Cine maintains her distance,
he's a race car, bro.
Just flying through. The Queen is here, and now we wait. Do they know? Oh my God.
Whoa. Oh, right through in lethal counter. No way! She tried to BMI forward to go for the poke on City as she overextended, but it was just a bait. Now it's a free Lord. And with Rian down, I believe Vitality are just going to go for the straight push.
It's not over just yet here. No big ultimate from Cine at least. Can Rain steal it? And yes, they got the RWM back.
But she's getting poked down now. It's going to be the RWM to lock Cine down. Has the flicker out. Not enemy. Want the petrify on the side, but it's her that gets deleted by Chell. Last baser I'm talking to be taken down as Mirai tries to move up forward for Rian to clear.
They're not willing to die for this. They're not willing to die for this base just yet. There's enough minions, and honestly, they could have forced it down, but Keishi finally in a position where actually she does some real damage. Rian as well. She's scaled up to the max items, and if the Art of Thievery is maxed out with the Golden Staff, I don't think Vitality can hold it out.
Half HP as Fumi Echo again waits in the bush. Try to go for it. Oh my god, wait, the dragon and the full pounce! That's when in nature, Fumi Echo able to survive right now as that's been the Lord taken down as Chell gets the kill on Keishi. Vivian gets away as well and gets the chastised pauldron. No Purify and no Wind of Nature on Rian.
However, at least they were able to trade 1-for-1 here, and Cine ends up going down. Second wave, here we go.
Ultimate's already down, and they still have Cine on the eve. With the damage, with the poke, coming down with the Wishing Lantern. Oh, Ayanami finds Beerus down to Petrify, but she gets baited in, and now it's an RWM to take Ayanami down.
Didn't get max value, but that should be good enough. 2 siege minions there, and Navi, with the Vitality, has to tax him every single time. Oh my goodness, the damage coming in from Yan. Good enough to chunk down Fumiko past 60%.
Against a sort of orange-yellow team, so it's kind of similar. Very, very similar. It happened in M5. Oh, it's an all-in over from the Echo. Keishi finds a pick together with Mirai. Wrath of the Dryad is what they use to get Fumi Echo, but look at the rest of the team right now as Keishi gets zoned away. It's a free Lord. Rian with the BMI forward. Trying to go for the chase right now with the Black Dragon form as well, but she might just be too far ahead.
Well, but again, trying to force out a fight that they don't exactly have the perfect position on just isn't worth it. But they've already staggered the team of Vitality. They are currently 4v5. Now that the Lord, similar scenario, but at least they have City on their side.
4v5, but you have damage reduction. Now it's Rain who has stolen the RWM. That's the right ultimate to take.
All right, can they play this? Vitality, do they want to force Wrath of the Dryad? And RWM already out.
City just took it like a champ right there with the help of the damage reduction from the Evolved Lord. Now the RWM comes down as well.
It's good!
It's Vivian who loses immortality. Mirai's right there. Rian gets bursted down. Chell pops it. Oh, Rain! With a shutdown and a flicker. It's 1-4-1. Both gold laners gonna fall. City trying to run away right now. Has the flicker. Gets away in time as Ayanami goes for the dive and Keishi lands the fracture. But City gets the slow on Keishi. Now it's Vivian with the walk up again. It's Vivian with the lethal counter and it doesn't land too much. Onto the members. It's Vivian trying to clear.
Fumi is already here and now they have an opportunity, but they don't have a wave to actually work with just yet. They could try and collaborate with the rest of the wave to clear and try it one more time. That's just chill for you. In the meantime, at least for Rian, plenty of damage here. How did they wait? Vivian in a really awkward spot to get a reaction out of Keishi. And I like this, the fact that they're trying to get all the information and they find it. The taunt, land, oh god.
It's a double taunt on Vivian. Wait, the dragon there! And it's a big pick at the 26-minute mark. No Wrath of the Dryad though. The rest of Vitality, think about it.
At the same time, at least Vitality immediately say, we need to take control of this. We need to pull the Lord to our side. We need to reset it. Now, Fumi,
what is that
go for the push?
City gets caught in the RWM, has the flicker out of the way. Fumi Echo to the bottom lane. They go for the crazy 50-50. Fib on the lethal counter.
He gets it! Wait, they need to cancel the recall. Fumi is already immediately going back, and luckily not Ayanami already expecting and anticipating the motion.
That's the problem against the Bauman. You still need to zone.
And they're going to push all at the same time. However, this time, it's not staggered, and they're looking for a little bit more. City, you cannot afford to die here.
They have to play it very safe. Just go for the poke constantly now. It's blazing duet from Rian. Onto Fumi Echo, who's able to flicker out the safety now. Mirai trying to go for the Wrath of the Dryad, but gets bogged down!
Whoa!
By the lethal counter!
Nobody was expecting that much damage, but okay, it works out. Vitality now looking for the end.
Minion's already there. Vivian goes for the dragon, but it's actually off. Into the RWM they go. Keishi gets away from mid in time. Now it's a dragon to the skies. They go straight for the crystal. Vitality are up 2-1, the lead in this grand finals.
Oh man, I think Vitality, if we were talking about working out the stage nerves, working out all the plays that are going through.
But the reality is Navi needs to shut Vitality down now. Get rid of their momentum. If they don't do so, Vitality will be one round away after this to a championship.
It's strange. Maybe the hitboxes just double up. I don't know. But at this point, here we go. We haven't seen a first blood, and we're expecting at least something here on the first turtle take.
Yeah, Vivian's on there as well. They're trying to delay this for as long as they can because they know, I don't think... Oh, what? Fumieko with the steal, no retry! Oh, a disaster to the start of the game. They're able to pick up some kills at the end of the day right now, but the turtle didn't go to Navi. Fumieko gets another on top of the turtle, and now it's Rain. Who's next for Fumieko? It's just a bit of poke onto Vivian with the rest of the team as they go and contest for Turtle 2.
Yep, they just got to slap him up here. And look at this. I just love the fact that Navi's already prepared on that purple buff.
Yeah, Falling Star in the back line now onto Keishi, forcing Rihanna away. Again, it's going to be the retry from Vivo. They zone her perfectly now. The top of the blaze lands. 3-man knock with immobilization lands with the times on the pass, and Vivo won't be able to get on Rain. It's a 1-for-1 with the turtle on the hands of Vitality. Now Cine goes up to try to help Vivo. Cine, it's going to be dirty if you land it. The SOD lands, but whoa, Rian goes for a Vivo. Sees the angle. Oh no, Rian in the bottom lane. 3 members coming around, and it's Cine who picks up the kill. Navi weren't even on the turtle, so it gives Vitality a way to still respond to this.
They have hope. They got to clear this out really, really quick. No Finch points as well.
Fatal Links knocks her up again. This time it's Keishi who still secures it. Gets a double on the whack as well.
All right.
No flicker. Uh-oh. The trap lands. Cine gets an arrow as well. Now it's Vivo with a walk-up too. He's going to go on to Rian. Tempest of Blaze ready. Rian just spawns. She just got back in lane. And she is dead. Cine gets traded over. But I think for now, Vitality will think that was already a lost cause on the Selena. So we get one on top of it. Even the Tempest of Blaze, you can have to purify out of, right? Like the knock-up itself might kill you if the arrow doesn't land. But it's zone Ayanami away. Just enough for Chell to pick up a turret up top. And you have to take a look at this. Rian, the 2 deaths have set her,
generally speaking, pretty even overall.
About to be a 1-item advantage for Vivo. Already on the way to the endless battle. So these boys up front. What did Vitality do? Did he pull the trigger on a fight, on a skirmish? Vivo's losing a ton of HP already. Vivian, perfect match onto it.
And also
the back line. Oh, wait, Vivian just goes for the knockout. That's going to be the Lord secured already. The SOD lands, but you shouldn't take it. Vivo already got it. Great zoning by Vivian as she survived.
Yes. Oh wait, Rian did eventually take it for some reason and decided, you know what, I don't want to push down on that bot side. I got to go save that top side instead.
Just opening up the map, the Lings up top. Vivo's doing such a fantastic job. They're going to siege in mid. Mirai can't defend it. There you go. I thought she was going to walk up there.
I thought she was going to walk up there too. But at this point, at least now that the Lord has already been taken care of, they now need to worry about that second wave that's about to collapse here. Okay, forcing the fight.
Stoner Ruin and the SOD lands as well. Vivian goes in for the big Fatal Links. The Abyssal Arrow doesn't land, but now it's going to be the re-engage from Fumieko. Oh, good Spear of Misery onto Vivo. She's going to be zoned away by Rian right now as that's the chase onto Fumieko, who's still able to escape. The Abyssal Arrow landed earlier. Vivo now caught in the bad spot. Tempest of Blades dodging away from the lethal counter. Under this tier 2, Mirai's doing a good job at least, you know, but it's kind of like the Roamer's job now for Vitality. It's just freezing up the waves.
Okay. Immortality down, and Vivian's dead.
Do we just say classic Vivian or what? I mean, this has happened twice.
I think it has to be classic Vivian. Don't worry. But honestly, it comes at almost little to no loss. It's not like it was a fat shutdown anyways.
Flicker.
Yeah, and
which is pretty big.
Well, that is true. I can't... Ooh. Is that unforgivable? I'll forgive it in like 96 seconds. Is Keishi's retribution, so they just have to wait it out.
20 seconds, Keishi's trying to burst it down. The Abyssal Arrow lands. Cine can go for a bit more poke now as Navi go for the gamble. Straight up on the Lord, but Fumieko is going to do a good job. Falling Star Moon to the back line right now, zoning them in the back. Forcing the slams down to pass, and now Cine walks up with the Abyssal Arrow. 8 seconds for the retribution on Vivo. Ayanami with walk up again. Vivian doing a good job zoning. Perfect match. Keishi walking up again. That's a concealed Chell. Pops in a Purify. Oh, that's a lethal count already used. Big resources now as Vivo goes over the Tempest of Blade. City making it awkward again. Going up against him and throwing a ruin and Chell. Positive Blaze into wet. That's Fumi Echo shut down. Chell goes down as well.
Vivo.
Triple kill for Keishi.
Oh, the SOD does not connect. Luckily, gets canceled out at the right time. Finally, Navi gets a fight in their favor. Oh, man. Imagine. It really depends on the angles, right? Because they're trying to push them into Ayanami, but at the same time still maintain presence with Mirai. So really, what do they want to get achieved? They need to make decisive choices as they crack open the mid-tier 2.
Oh man, they're still walking up right now. Tier 2 in the mid lane gonna fall. Navi able to crack open this tier 2 in the mid. Tier 2 up top as well. They're gonna shove it in with the Lord. Chell, oh, risky move without Purify. Conceal coming out from Navi. Slash down the pass in the back. Fatal Links only landing on one. Now throwing a ruin. Catching them immobilization. But the Echo bursted down by Rian. Chell's dealing with the wave right now. Cini walks up as well. That's Chell with the blazing duet onto the wave. Lord gonna be taken down right now. Vivian taken low.
Yep, they're still going for it now. The Tempest of Blades now hits onto 4, and they still can't seem to push them out. To the waves, there's just nothing left to give. And Navi say, you know what? Even if the second waves comes in.
I think one of the biggest wins though for Navi wasn't just cracking open a base turret up top, but it was the purple buff mainly. Taking it away from Vivo. Now takes her out of the equation, at least with dealing with the waves and the sides. Now it's Rian free on the sides, piercing through that turret onto Cini. Throwing a Bruin onto Vivian. CC me with perfect match now. Fatal Links. Oh my god! Without the blazing win and the winning nature as well. That's the all-in right now. So Mieko walks up. Rian with the dash and forward. It gets caught by Chell a bit, but Mieko's still there, and now she gets hurt.
Okay.
Vivo.
Oh, they want more play, and the Tempest coming down!
Oh my god, Vivo. So, Ray with the shutdown, and a good flicker out from Mirai. Wind of Nature saves the day. Vivo is down, and it's 17 seconds for the Lord to spawn for Navi.
I gotta predict when you are gonna use that dash more than reacting to it.
Vitality is still trying to go for it. Vivian walks up. They dealt with the wave in the bottom lane. Vivian's gonna go for the lockdown on Keishi. It's the Frozen, but no Fatal Links. Now they go on Ayanami. Lethal counter the entry, SOD lands, throwing a Ruin. Locks Vivian down, and now it's a flicker out again. To conceal now. Ayanami doesn't want to give up on the chase. The Abyssal Arrow doesn't land. Oh my god, Vivian gets away with a sliver of health.
Literally 1 HP and Vitality.
With this kind of composition, again, the Selena not great to clear the Ling as well. Throwing a Ruin. Only landing into the front, but now, oh my god, the lethal counter spear victory!
It connects, and now they're gonna go for the end game!
Big CC! Abyssal Arrow landing in the back line, now Chell popping the blazing win, and a Wind of Nature. Wind of Nature responded over by Rihanna's balls. The Black Shoes gets used up by Ray, but Cini is able to crack open Immortality. Now the Abyssal Arrow again. Chell jumps back to the BMI as the Lord is gonna still be on the base. It is Navi that equalized the lead.
Wow, the patience, the amount of damage that these ladies can take, the continuous momentum on top of that crowd from Vitality. Despite all of that, Navi take this next game.
Let's look at Rian. Oh my goodness, her on that Moskov. 94,000 damage. Look at how many times she stunned Team Vitality to the wall. That was nothing that they could have done. I think because of that, Lilia, the draft is still okay for Vitality, but there's a clear sign you gotta wait for like 14 minutes to get your items.
There's been many firsts throughout this MWI. Regions excelling more so than they ever have.
Keishi's already on it here, and Vivian doesn't have ultimate just yet. No Minion's Fury. Mid lane already going to be cleared out by both the teams. Vitality want to go for the fight now. Cini gets spoke just a bit. They want to go all in on Keishi. Even with the knock-up as well. Keishi very low. Possibly the counter about. Cini is able to get the Black Shoes away. Tempest ablaze now with the Rectory. Vivo snatches it.
Oh, they're still going to go for a little bit more here. Vivos has plenty of energy. Gets the Finch Voice out of there. Unlucky. Not Ayanami tried their best. Really tried to hold them down with the curtain call, but the iframes just a little too good.
That Retry that has already been used by Keishi on the lethal to snatch away some picks. Now Ayanami in the bottom lane. They know there's no vengeance. Fumieko gonna dive in as well. Ayanami taken out by Fumieko.
Unable to get it, unable to get it. Really nicely played by Vitality as well. Trying to get the curtain call down onto 2 targets.
Rian picks up the gold crab, taken away from Chell. Mirai's looking at the angle now. Keishi with the help of Mirai, picking up Fumieko. Just a bit, now poke from Rain on Cini. Falling Star Moon, locking Keishi down. The RBM comes around as well as Vivian. He's gonna try to zone them in the back as Rain needs to respect this damage, has to flicker out with Fumieko. With a dive, Tempest ablaze under Spear of Misery locks her down for a bit. Good lethal counter and even a Tsunami Slam to get rid of Vivel.
Okay. Now the War Axe is already done onto Keishi's side, and all they lost for it was just Vivel, which is rather surprising. Rain ended up dying anyways. There should be. Oh, it's getting close!
Minuan's Fury knocking up 2. Now another knock up on Rian with a reset, and Fumieko.
Wow!
He's dancing around. No flicker. Rian gets away. Now the whole team collapsing onto Fumieko. Keishi's right there. No lethal counter, but she's gonna spin. Fumi caught limits of it all. Get the healing! Oh, the photo! It was bought right in time. No way!
That was nuts. That was a nuts outplay. That is crazy. Keeping not only Fumieko alive, but still maintaining and now commencing a dive underneath the turret. Not Ayanami. You gotta get out of there.
That was dirty. What was that timing, my guy?
She sat there waiting for it as well. I bet her finger was hovering over the item the entire time. They've checked all the boxes. 3.7k lead at 6 minutes against Navi, and they have full neutral objective controls.
MWI needs to just respect this damage. Look at that poke from Fumieko, then Cini right after. Turret down below, gonna fall for sure. Ayanami caught in the bad spot, doesn't have the dash for now. Ninja's Fury and the flicker in. Whole team comes clashing. Vivian taking a big shot. Vivel already made a Spear of Misery, now goes down with the Tempest Ablaze, assassinates Rian. A falling star moon as Vivel takes a few more shots. Fumieko now caught in the Tsunami Slam with a Purify and the double on their turret.
This is the comfort. This is the Vitality comfort. If we're talking about a lead and running away with it, this is their moment that Vitality has been waiting for from what has been seemingly cursed. They give up one game, but now they've given up 2. Vitality, they are looking for revenge. They want to close this out quick. A lot of their cores are one full component ahead of their opponents. Not a full item, a full component. And that makes the difference here for the stats. Overall, when we are...
What?
Oh my god.
What?
That... What? Zipper! You know what to do! Whip up the replay on that one!
Oh god,
but first,
baby.
the fight!
Was that a flicker? It was a flicker, burnt out already. Vivian on the Minotaur. Just that one hit on the turret. Vivel, though. Does she know the retry is off?
I think they saw it for sure. It would be really cruel if the rest of Vitality didn't tell Vivel that the retry is down. Oh my god.
Oh, with a flicker as well. Now the follow-up. Boom, Tempest Ablaze. And all the blaze for Vivel. Holy shield gets her out, and it's a Finch poise.
You can't tell me that wasn't beautifully done.
She's gonna walk out of there. Real quick on the Esmeralda. Walking out of it. Navi still have good clear. We have to talk about that, right? It's Yves and a Moscow. Dude, it's 11,000. Vitality don't want to just beat Navi in this game. They want to beat the clock. RWM onto Cindy. Black Shoe's going to be used up again. Minus Fury knocking up 2. Okay, she's going to be very low. Again, a Tsunami Slam to peel in the backline. That's when the Echo's going to be locked down. Under turret. Shut down as well. Yes, so Michel stays onto the Crystal. 11 minutes. And they take match point.
Crazy stuff in Vitality. And one thing to say, they get to cheer even louder for Team Vitality taking their 3rd map win.
I feel like this is going to be the final game.
Oh, that's a heavy statement because the reality is for Navi, they are knocking on the door of a 2nd place finish.
I would say the EXP makes the most amount of sense for Fumieko to actually be on the losing end, but overall, that's only because of the emblem setup.
So let's see it. Navi, obviously the ones first onto the turtle. This composition is built around neutral objectives. Fumieko's not even 4. Ayanami is capturing this XP. Vitality, no entrance to this turtle. Vivian taking a whole lot of damage already. Cini trying to go and provide some focus. Vivil's waiting in the bush right now. Oh, she steals it away from Keishi. Headbutt at the Tempest Ablaze now. Keishi's caught in the flames of Cini. Now the stun as well. Ayanami with first blood under. Navi's been baited out as Chell has already rotated from the gold lane.
Well, this is chaos. Let's go down to the bottom side. Hey, not Ayanami, casually 2v1ing 2 people at once in the middle of that fight and even finding that first blood. But now, with no means out, honestly, it might have cost her the entire laning phase now.
Navi hold control over it, but Vivel has a 2-level lead, so it comes down to the red tree battle again. Vivian gonna provide some poke right now as Fumieko trying to zone Ayanami. It's Keishi holding onto the neutral objective. Vivian goes for the kick, but baits out the heavy spin. Now it's Vivel looking for the opening, goes in again, and the rinse out the red tree. Morale with the plate of legs over on Vivel. She's gonna be able to dive in with the Defiant Blade. Tempest Ablaze now knocking him up, and oh, it's all the Blaze picked up by Vivel.
They have to kite together, unfortunately. Not Ayanami can only do so much now that the rest of her backline is already out. Rain as the anchor again.
Simulator right now. I mean, she's taking away the bot wave, the mid wave as well. It's double laning, but on the jungle. She's gonna go to the bottom lane now. Navi set their sights on the turtle, and it seems like Vitality don't care.
Can they drag this out? I mean, Sydney still hasn't used the Searing Horn just yet. They don't mind. Have the second one. We're going to walk away from this. We want to make sure that at least Vival's in a disgustingly good position. As Vival is already in a really good position overall, despite the score being 2-2, a majority of that lead is in her hands, in her bank, in a matter of fact. As Keishi slowly falls behind, this should turn that 3-level lead that Vival has back down into a 2. But a play being forced by Vival on forward from Vivian. She gets punished. Rain pulls her back.
From Mieko next to the chopping block right now with the Crimson Beacon and a heavy spin. She gets the penalty zone, but not lifted up. A bit of the heavy spin helping her out as well. But Riyadh finally gets on board with her first stack of the Sky Piercer, all of them low. Vival nowhere to be seen, just going to go for the safe turret down below.
A lot of it coming, not only half of them coming from the minions, a large chunk coming in from the jungle creeps itself. The passive goal is going to be dedicated to be the same, but I mean, with 2 kills already, 400 gold in the bank, it's going to be pretty difficult for Keishi to actually catch back up because he does not want, she does not want the kills. Oh wait, play, flicker coming out of Rain, no way of the dragon now.
Oh my god, that damage. Vival knows there's no way for Rian to escape even with the Purify. That's the killing spree for Vival. Rian unable to escape.
I mean, there's nothing that she can do about it, right?
That's the Lord secured by Vitality. Penalty zone by Fumieko. Now it's Vival just waiting for the heavy spin. She's such a patient killer.
It's starting to look pretty good for Vitality if they want to hold up that trophy.
3,000 gold lead. Now add a bit more spice. It's an Ice Queen 1 against Navi's composition. It was already, I mean, this Valir is already a big problem for them. Now you add that slow.
It's going to be difficult for Mirai or not Ayanami. I think the only way is if not Ayanami and Mirai come in from 2 separate angles. Worst comes to worst, you got to at least sacrifice the heavy spin. Now, they're just dealing with the waves. One by one, they're going to cut it down. Even Rain getting Ice Queen 1 for herself at this stage, but they can't walk out of their base comfortably. And the oppression from Vitality is going to make sure that, hey...
And look at this. In the previous games, they've had a Moskov to deal with the wave up top, but now they have a composition that is built for pure team fights. A composition that needed the neutral objectives. Fatal Links lands, but it's only onto Fumieko, not a penalty zone. Gets a Purify out, and that should be everybody going in. Fumieko taking low, able to flick around at safety. Vivian gets away the dragon. Now it's Vival with a temper to play. Siphon straight. It's a double. It's a triple. And it's a maniac for Vival.
Come on. Come on. Just keep on fighting. Keep on fighting and give us what we are looking for as they are looking for the inhibitor first. They've got the wave. Rain, it's all up to you.
11-minute game for match point. Now in 13 minutes with no Crimson Beacon, Rain's gonna be shredded to pieces.
We're better to defend a kingdom than upon its own sacred ground. Paris belongs to the Golden Hornets tonight.
The nightmare of 2024 has finally been laid to rest. Empires rise, rivals return, but Team Vitality are your undisputed back-to-back champions!
That's absolutely right. And of course, in the midst of the hive, who is currently buzzing right now, the foes that has taken them down in 2024 and their keys now crushed on the home turf right here in France. This is the perfect ending to Team Vitality's reign!
Congratulations. Oh my goodness. You actually could join us up there on the stage so that you can grab your trophy with the rest of your team. Team Vitality, dominant, inevitable, unstoppable.
Team Vitality, claim what is rightfully yours! Let's go, our champions of MWI!